The Clean Water State Revolving Fund has helped us move forward with our Lower Olentangy Tunnel. That project is a 3.5 mile long sanitary sewer relief tunnel that is 12 feet in diameter. The tunnel extends the previously constructed combined sewer relief ORS tunnel located at the northern edge of our city center downtown, and the tunnel runs north to a park just north of the Ohio State University. The lot project was necessary to relieve 4 major trunk sewers in the central part of our service area: the Olentangy Scioto Interceptor Sewer, our Franklin Main, the Olentangy Main, and the Kinnear Road sub-trunk sewers. And all of that was brought together to meet our Ohio EPA consent order. The project provides over 16 million gallons of storage and ultimately mitigates combined sewer overflows at 7 different outfalls and 7 sanitary sewer overflow sites along those trunk sewers to meet consent order requirements. The Lower Olentangy Tunnel also has helped to reduce water and basement occurrences and manhole flooding in those tributary areas. I'm Kristen Atha, and I serve as the director for Columbus Water and Power in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus Water and Power serves the region, or it serves the city of Columbus and the region surrounding the city, and we serve approximately 1.4 million residents in that region. The lot project has had a huge impact on our ratepayers and on the community in the project area. Lot has reduced sanitary sewer overflows, as I mentioned. It also has reduced manhole flooding and significantly reduced water and basement occurrences to no more than once every 10 years. It has eliminated combined overflows during a typical year. This project also has significantly improved the water quality and public health in the Lower Olentangy River and the Scioto River watersheds, where a large portion of the Columbus population resides. The Clean Water State Revolving Fund made this project possible and more feasible for Columbus Water and Power because of the low interest rate and the favorable principal and interest repayment terms, which allow us as a utility to balance growth and affordability. The terms under the Clean Water SRF allow us to start payment 12 months after substantial completion of the project. That is a huge benefit to us and to our community, to allow us time to ensure that we have adequate cash flow available to meet the future debt service requirements for the construction of this project. One of the most important ways that the Clean Water SRF impacts our utility and our ratepayers is by providing a lower cost of borrowing, which allows us to keep our annual rate increases lower and maintain affordability for our customers. There is an economic impact to our community as we invest in our infrastructure. We also see how we can support growth, residential growth in our service area. There are several challenges that we would face as a utility without access to this type of long-term low-cost financing. We would be facing having to pivot to alternative financing mechanisms such as revenue bonds that have a higher interest rate. So for example, if $100 million would be financed with the Clean Water SRF at 2.8% versus $100 million financed through a revenue bond at 4%, the added interest cost equates to an additional $15 million in additional interest costs over the term of 20 years. If you spread this across the many projects that formerly would have been eligible for the Clean Water State Revolving Fund, and you have a sizable interest rate cost that would require significant rate increases to cover the cost of that added expense, which would limit our ability to invest in infrastructure at an affordable rate for our customers. This federal, state, local partnership that keeps water safe and rates affordable is critical to how we all do what we need to do. The federal capitalization lets states deliver below market financing that multiplies local dollars and accelerates compliance projects. This funds resilient solutions for communities across the United States. For communities such as the Columbus region, which faces aging pipes, treatment upgrades, growth pressures, the Clean Water State Revolving Fund turns urgent needs into deliverable projects. This program is so impactful. It supports construction jobs in our community, it safeguards our rivers and streams, and helps us to protect public health. Continued reliable federal support for the Clean Water SRF without cuts or uncertainty directly translates into projects on the ground and lowers costs for families and businesses in our communities. The Clean Water SRF helps us plan for future clean water infrastructure in Columbus by providing a predictable and flexible financing source. This allows Columbus Water and Power to structure long-term investment in water and sewer projects. With access to below-market interest loans, we can stretch limited ratepayer and city resources further. We can accelerate priority and consent order projects and smooth out our debt service in alignment with our capital improvement planning. This stability helps us sequence major projects like water and sewer treatment plant expansions, sewer rehabilitation, and stormwater improvements in a way that matches community growth and regulatory timelines. Without the Clean Water SRF, we would face greater uncertainty in both financing costs and project delivery schedules. I think the most important message for our members of Congress is that the Clean Water SRF is one of the most effective federal, state, local partnerships in existence. Every federal dollar invested is leveraged several times over at the state and local level, delivering outsized benefits for ratepayers across the United States, also for the environment and for public health. For Columbus Water and Power, which is facing multi-billion-dollar infrastructure needs, the Clean Water SRF is not just helpful, it is essential. Continued federal support ensures that we can provide safe, clean water services, protect our rivers and streams, and maintain affordability, all while supporting jobs and economic growth in our community. I think if I was going to share anything else about the Clean Water SRF is just the way that it enables us to fund projects that directly safeguard our water quality and public health. This includes upgrading our treatment plants to remove nutrients and contaminants, replace aging sewer lines to prevent overflows, and investing in infrastructure to manage stormwater and protect local waterways. By lowering financing costs, the Clean Water SRF makes it possible to address these needs sooner and more comprehensively, which reduces the risk of pollution and ensures compliance with the Clean Water Act. In short, the program is a cornerstone of our ability to maintain resilient, reliable infrastructure that protects both people and our ecosystem.